the Nene.
Hey, welcome back, everybody out there in video land. We're about to play some more Blades in the Dark. Last time, our characters had a interesting encounter in which they decided to try and go after the source of some of their problems, Agaz the Pitiless, a demon who's been haunting Mara Moon. And as they decided to stalk this cult. They found them. This cult of Agaz. They found that one of her nemesis, a guy named Flint, was involved with them. They found that they're looking for a thing called the Book of the Deep that happens to be in the possession of Lord Skurlock. So after all this investigation, they got Flint. They thought they were going to get him to purchase the book and set them or the location of the book and set up a bit of a competition between some of their rivals. But he backed out and instead referred them to someone who was their benefactor for the cult. We had two of our characters go off on their own. It was Set It and our friend Wrecker. And they went and confronted this person, Lady Kellis, who they know from various other connections. Lady Kellis was there with a certain Lord Delvar, who we know from several of our different adventures. And things didn't go quite as well as we would like, partially because we ran out of time, so I had to do something in a hurry. But our two characters, as the camera zooms across this vast, dark city under a shattered sun, you see that it settles into a place in Brightstone with a tall, sort of triangular building that sits at the junction of a Y of the roads. This Lady Kellis's manor. You see through the bay windows on the second floor that there are two individuals sitting on a couch. One of them is a very good looking lady, and the other is a sort of drab, sort of, but with a inquisitive look upon his face as he's messing with something in his hands. His Victorian suit is a little dirty and patched at the edges, even though the team has come into money. And seems to be trying to light a fire. At that point, the door on the other side of this window opens, and in that wonderful Hollywood way, the camera somehow goes through the glass, and we're in with our folks. So I'm going to take you to where our players are. We have John playing the Brute, Rob is Set It, Pete is Twitch, and Christine is playing Mara Moon. You've had multiple introductions, so we'll skip that this time. Felix, who's playing Wrecker, may or may not be on sometime in the near future.
Can you hear me?
I can hear him, so he is on. In this room, we see, and I was starting because I didn't think you were there yet, Wrecker, that Wrecker has pulled out a piece of paper and it's got a little bit of, looks like maybe gunpowder in it. And he's looking like he might be thinking about trying to find a way to escape by making some sort of fire or making some loud noise. And Set It catches this. They're basically in this drawing room. They're not in a prison cell. And as he's about to do this, the door opens. Okay, so Lady Rosalind Kellis walks in. Her blue velvet dress just brushes the top of the carpet over the hardwood floor, and she says, "So now that my guest is gone, I will take your offer." She paces across the room and sets down 4 coin worth of silver. She says, "I know this is slightly more than you were asking for. Because what I would like is for you to make sure that this cult doesn't do anything too stupid with the book. If you report back and there's a problem and there's more coin in it, if you don't report back, I'll say money well spent. But I will get them the book." Oh, as she turns to start to walk away, she says, one last thing. There's this person I have heard about who might cause me some problems with my friend Lord Delvar. A certain peeping Tom in the underworld. If you happen to run across a ne'er-do-well scoundrel who's calling himself Twitch, there's 8 coin for that rascal's head.
Do you know where this Twitch resides? I'd be interested in cashing in on that if it's a ne'er-do-well.
Alas, I do not. But rumor is he hangs with a certain large man. They're like best buddies or something. Been involved with some fights and things with some Scovelanders. I'm only getting rumors at this point, but I'll be looking. With that, she leaves. You were ushered out of the house.
I'll pick up the silver first.
Oh, I bet you do. I bet you do. And let's see here. As we move into downtime, I'd like you to know a couple little things. One is your heat for this whole event is, I'm going to say 3. Sort of low exposure, but to a high tier lady who has a lot at her disposal if things go strange. So I'd say probably before we move into the free play, I'd like to go ahead and roll for entanglements. So if one of you guys feels like rolling that 1d6 at a level 4, 1 through 3 is gang trouble or questioning. 4 to 5 is reprisals or unquiet dead. And 6 is a show of force.
Yep, I'll do it.
All right. Ooh, it's rolling slow. And a 5. Let us see what this is. Okay.
Anything.
Okay. What's going to happen with this is the camera moves away from our 2 folks trudging back away from Brightstone, heading roundabout to get back to their boat, and instead focuses in on a tall, broad-shouldered man. Where is the brute, John?
Additional.
Where do you think he is at this time of sort of mid-afternoon, if it were an afternoon?
Let me just consider that for a moment, if I may.
Feel free.
I think that he is in Char Hollow.
In Char Hollow. Okay.
Yes. He is currently stood, leaning against a wall on a street on the south side of Char Hollow.
Okay.
And he's leaning on his right arm. To his left is the main body of the river, and just in the distance there is a bridge that crosses from Char Hollow down towards the Iron Hook prison.
Ah.
And the reason he stood here is because he's watching and listening to the comings and goings in a largish apartment on the second floor of this building, where he understands that a certain member of the police guys,
the Bluecoats. Yes.
Bluecoats, resides. And all he's doing really is he's just letting. Thank you. That's the screen I wanted.
Sorry
I went
about
to there,
that.
it wasn't
I should have gotten there faster.
Because he thinks that perhaps just by standing there and watching and listening, And of course, as is usual in these circumstances, nobody notices that he's there. He simply seems to fade into the background. And those people who do catch his eye as they walk past immediately forget that they've done so. And so he simply leans against this wall and he's watching and listening. And he's been there for probably about 2 hours, and he intends to be there for a while longer unless
Got it.
matters cause him to need to leave.
I think that's brilliant. So I will say, and I think you're watching a certain residence.
I am.
And we'll deal with that a little bit in your downtime activities. But
Sure.
there's a wooden rain butt. Actually, it's not wooden. There's not a ton of wood around, but it's a rusty metal rain butt. It's the building that you're standing next to. And the guttering roughly leads to it. There's a light rain coming down, and you can hear a decent amount of water going down that and splashing into that rain butt, which is full and is therefore overflowing into the cobbled street. As you're watching with your collar turned up to the cold, you see a disturbance across the water that isn't normal. It sort of looks like someone just sort of splashed a hand down it, but there's no one there. And
Knowing the propensity for spirits to lurk in
Yes.
such places, I will make sure that there's plenty of traffic on this road. There's enough
Yes.
here for it not to concern me. So what I'm doing is I'm watching my fellow citizens. I'm not shifting from my spot. What I'm now doing is turning my attention slightly away from the apartments of one Drake Marn,
Yes.
more to the behaviours of my fellow citizenry. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm looking for any sign that they perhaps might be affected by a spirit. Whether it's a slight trip over something that doesn't exist, or someone's face becoming contorted as they are possessed, or any other thing of the supernatural nature. And whilst I'm doing that as well, I'm computing the shortest possible paths in a kind of the 4 primary and 4 secondary cardinal directions from where I'm stood.
Got it.
And if one of those happens to be straight up the wall, so be it. But the rain-slicked walls are perhaps not going to be as friendly to me, and I certainly don't want to be climbing up that drain pipe and finding it falls off halfway up.
So, combined with the noise of the water coming down the gutter and splashing, there's almost a rattly sound like the wind coming down that gutter as well, and a weird voice seems to emanate from that rough area, and it's rough, and it says, "I know you killed me. You killed me. I want a body." And then it goes quiet. And
sub-vocalizing very slightly. So hand comes up to my face and sub-vocalizing very slightly. So no one would particularly notice that I'm talking.
No. Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. See what you're doing.
I'm sure something can be arranged.
That's more like it. And with a sort of gusting laugh, it seems to dissipate away. You never really got a glimpse of anything besides the disturbance of the water and the disembodied voice. It was indeed eerie. And your entanglement roll with an unquiet dead has now turned into another interesting complication. It may be something that Mara might be able to help with. It may be something that you guys will have to deal with in some other way. Wonderful.
I think that's something we can talk to Mara about.
Absolutely. As we know, the boat is still on the Grand Canal where you left it next to Silk Shore, on the north end of Silk Shore, just past the bridge that runs across to Crow's Foot. Lady Kellis has released Sedit and Wrecker. After asking about how they learned about the Book of the Deep, and she was interested in them watching, sort of make sure this cult doesn't do anything with it after she borrows it from Lord Skurlock, and asks that they keep an eye out for this peeping Tom. So those things are sort of, and I missed one little piece of information for you guys. As you were ushered out the servants' entrance, by the way, does anyone know what your sister looks like, Brute, out of your team?
Does anybody in my team know what she looks like?
Yeah, anyone in your crew?
Or
have you kept that?
Yes, no, because she came to the houseboat, so we all know
she did.
Her. Yeah, she came to the boat with her.
She did.
With me. So they all know.
Sedit and Wrecker will stop the camera there briefly as you exit the door. And in that rain we were talking about is a waifish young lady with a patched cloak sort of pulled up over herself to try and keep as much rain off. And she has evidently been standing by the back door of this residence for a bit. And you guys recognize that it is Polona. And when you're ushered out, the steward says, "We'll be right with you with the package." And she just keeps standing out there.
Okay. Can I remember whether the brute wanted her in this life? I don't think he did he? I think that's common knowledge from when she was on the houseboat.
I don't know.
Can I have a recap on that, please?
Yeah, Brute, I'll let you recap if you would like on your thoughts on what she's got going on right now, her problems, her financial problems, and some of those things. If you're interested, if not, I can jump in.
The last that you heard from me, and the last statement you all heard from me about her was that I was returning her to the Red Lamp in Silkshore, and that I had instructed Madame Teslin to keep hold of her, keep her safe, and keep her from sliding back into the life. So you certainly wouldn't expect to find her.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. So the biggest question for me is, if I coshed her across the back of the head and then slung her over my shoulder and then took her back to the houseboat, would the brute be very stern with me for basically damaging his sister?
I'm not going to let you answer that one, John. I'm going to let him figure that out the hard way.
Brute would be more concerned about her not being where she's supposed to be than the fact that she had a bit of an egg.
We don't have to cosh her though.
The other question is, I was going to ask if Wrecker's got something to sedate her. So we can...
I would
Doesn't he normally have those sedation things for the ladies when he's meeting with them?
Well, I don't know. I think you're confusing Wrecker and Twitch.
Oh, hey.
Twitch is the one with the red.
What is this beat on Twitch day today?
Beat on Twitch.
Lady Kelly said it.
That's great.
A seedy little I have no idea where this reputation as a peeping Tom comes from.
Great.
So I'm going to be making sure it spreads far and wide. That's all I'm going to say.
Snap.
You heard about it on Twitch.
So
very nice. Looking through windows at the ladies.
Yeah, Twitch. that silly little peeping Tom who likes to hang around with the big
Okay.
bruiser.
So, Wrecker,
Yeah.
so we can see your expressions. If you don't mind turning your video on, see if it works. What do you guys do?
So
She
I'll look
doesn't
in my
appear.
pocket.
She doesn't appear to recognize you guys for some reason.
I'm gonna look in my satchel,
Okay.
the inside pocket of my coat, and I'm gonna move past the Rohypnol and the midazolam that I keep for Twitch's personal use. In the bottom, there's a small vial of chloroform and a hanky.
Got it.
So that could be an option.
Absolutely. So, said it. You can see that he's prepping that direction.
Yeah, cool. So I kind of like lean in and I go, right, we'll just hand back. Let her let her take ownership of whatever she's here to do. When we're out of sight from the doorway, then we'll basically do it, and we'll carry everything back to Brute and
Brilliant.
let him deal with it.
I love it. So,
What do you think?
Sounds good.
Okay.
so you guys sort of step away and keep an eye on her?
Yep.
Very good. So, another soggy 10 or so minutes in the rain, and you can see she's shivering and coughing a little bit. The cough sounds fairly wet. The door opens, and the steward, with a slight sneer, sets a large satchel down into the water that's forming at the base of the 2 stairs that come down from this servant's entrance to the cobblestone street. And he then hands her, it looks like a couple of not coin, but a couple of silver pennies for her trouble, and says, "Now shoo," and does a little shooey motion that's as condescending and rude as you can imagine, and then shuts the door, and the warm puff of air that had come out and warmed her slightly is now gone. She clutches that wet cloak against her, coughs again wetly, and starts making roughly you guys' direction. And the satchel seems fairly heavy for her small
Attack
frame.
Wrecker and then give him the nod. I've got him covered up and down the street.
Got it.
Well, do we have to go straight into abduction, or can we just talk to her? Do you think she's going to recognise us, or I mean?
No, just abduct her.
Yeah, I would just abduct her, just to get her off. Let's just get her off the street, and then we
Just
can
for the hell
talk
of
to her
it.
once we're. Yeah.
She's worse than a clutch of bloody eels in terms of wriggling away. So just
If she's addicted to something, we could tempt her with some of that.
Well, you've got
just
enough in your back
toss her
pocket,
in,
haven't you?
bring her in, then we can get her off the stuff. Don't feed the habit.
Very good.
I have a very black and white view of this. I'd let's face it, the Brute would be one of the best drugs counsellors on the planet. Don't do drugs. All right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
So,
as we've seen in this game.
Like, oh, it's true. The only problem is when he left the room, they'd forget he was there.
Yeah, well, there is that. So with the ringing words in your head of what you think the Brute would have said to you had he been there, what do you guys do?
So we're going to prowl up behind her and give her a sniff of the.
Okay, so I'm not going to make you guys roll for this. It's dark, it's wet. She's ill, maybe under the influence of a little bit of something. For you to grab her forearm, pull her to you, and put the chloroform cloth over her mouth and nose is a simple thing. She can barely fight back, and then she is out. In your arms, you have her, and you have a large leather satchel.
Okay, so I pick her up and put her over my shoulder in like a fireman's carry.
Okay.
Which is really weird because you don't think that Sedit would be able to, but she's got some oomph when needed. But I don't think I would be able to carry the satchel as well.
Yeah, so I'll take the satchel after making sure her airways are open and she's quite safe.
Good. So you're somewhere over here in Brightstone. you can probably make it through some back alleys and to get across to the. But you're going to have to, at some point, cross a bridge hauling her, and it is sort of the quasi daytime, late afternoon of this in this dark world with this broken sun. So, how do you guys do this? What I'm going to ask for is a roll of some sort to get her all the way back to your boat. But I'd like to hear you describe how you're doing this. That will sort of, if you're helping each other, all of that fun stuff. I assume you're helping each other in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. So what's gone through my mind? And sorry, Rekka, for jumping straight in. What's gone through my mind is a plausible reason why she's unconscious. So we know that she's ill. We can say that she's passed out, but it would be really good if there was something, say, like some blood trickling out from her nose or from the corner of her mouth.
Okay. I don't think we have to make it worse. No. I think we just.
So what I was thinking was, if there's no way to produce that without harming her, would be to donate some of my blood very quickly, like a prick on my arm or something like that, scoop some of the blood up and basically plaster it into the side of her mouth or coming out from under her nostril and what have you. I know that the rain will wash some of it away, but there will still be trace elements. In which case we could say, look, she's we're taking her to we could say that she's my sister, and we're taking her back to the barge to rest her down, and she's got an awful cold, and she and she's suffered a mild episode where she's had a nosebleed or something, which explains why she's been knocked out. Okay, but if somebody else can think of something better, I'm all for whatever. But I'm not going to hurt her. I'm going to use my own for a plausible reason.
Every plan is better when it gets more complicated. I love it.
So my feeling is that we're just making her look like she's been beaten up, potentially by us. I think we just need a good story that we're taking it to a hospital, or we're taking it to get aid, and as long as we look panicked about it, that we're trying to get her some help. Then we might even get assistance. We've just got to bullshit our way through it. Put her in a wheelbarrow, or just say that we start shouting that we need to get her to the hospital in Silk Shore or something. I don't know.
A wheelbarrow.
So
well, I don't know.
You got her over your shoulder.
Why don't you stick a silly hat on her and
ask
for a bobber job or penny for the guy?
I mean, either's good. I quite like Rekka's idea, actually. It's simple, but I don't know whether. I think it would be more Rekka that would need to do the bullshitting than me, because I don't think Sadie's got it in her.
I'll say I'll give you a luck roll, 1 through 3. There's a wheelbarrow or push cart or something lying around. Go ahead, Felix.
We've got light load, haven't we? Maybe some documents to say that we've got an admission letter for the.
Well, you probably.
Why don't you rather than that? Why don't you steal a bath chair from some outside of some old lady's house and push her along in that with a blanket over her knees?
Yeah. And a bottle of whiskey.
Come on, there's got to be something like that. Please tell me there is.
We're gonna have to top up the chlorophyll now and again as well.
So she's out. She's being held over. Set its shoulder.
So we're going to look.
You guys are sort of in the edge of an alley where you're not in plain view of everyone.
So we're going to look for a wheelchair or I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not the expert here. I just knock people out and then remove their corpses. I mean, remove them from play.
So Felix,
you're the medical person.
What I'm going to say, because you have your documents, you can always pull out. I will say that you have something in there that establishes that you are a licensed physicker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair
so
enough.
Just use that, and also we'll use the excuse that if we're going to kill her, she'd be dead already, and we're trying to get her help. All that kind of crap.
So why don't you go ahead and make that roll for me?
So what do you want?
Whatever you want, just to get her all the way back.
So
one of you can do it and lead the other one. One of you can
I
do
will
it with the other one
assist.
helping.
I will assist.
Are we
Okay.
going to look for a to make something into a wheelchair, like find a wheelchair or find a?
Sure. We'll just make that all part of this this roll. If you roll really well, you'll have that. If not, she's being carried.
So tinker, which would be kind of mechanisms, creating, modifying things, repairing things, looking for wheelchairs, looking for wheelbarrows, that kind of thing. Yeah.
So you're going to tinker her all the way to Silk Shore.
Look,
Okay.
we're going to tinker her up some form of transport for a sick person.
Very interesting.
Just
Okay.
in a wheelie bin.
So I'm saying that you're in a controlled situation.
Or even just a stretcher, you know, just find a board or something.
Absolutely. You've got Set It helping you find stuff. And so you get an extra die. And I'm going to say, though, it's a limited effect because it's sort of a really, really strange one for getting someone all the way across. I think it's more about the disguise than it is about the transport. So I'm just giving you a little less effect.
Okay.
Look at that. Okay. So tell me what you found to put her on.
We found an advertising board for a fish shop.
Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah, and we found the corners. We could use those as handles. We put a blanket on it, and
perfect.
We shouted at the fish and chip shop man, and he said he'd give it to us, and gave him a coin. And
I assume you just mean some silver pennies. That's fine.
Silver pennies, yeah.
And the satchel. The satchel.
Well, whilst we were debating that,
please tell me it was an eel and mash shop.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah.
Fried eel and mash. Perfect.
Well, the
fried eel and mush.
The satchel I can now carry.
Perfect.
Whilst I'm helping with the board.
Very good.
I can manage both of those, so that's not an issue.
Very, very good. So, for my GM knowledge, who is Dermot's friend again? It's Twitch, right? Or is it? Who's Dermot's friend? Who is?
Hang on. No, it might be. Hang on. Let me check.
Thought it was.
No. My friend is LaRose, who's a.
Okay. Well, take a look around and see who it is. At one point or another, you guys went and talked with Dermot, if you guys remember that. I'm actually going to take a quick look just to make sure that it's not not Felix's. Nope.
Who's Dermot?
Who's Dermot?
It's not mine.
Oh, is Dermot off of your
group friends or something?
Oh yeah, your group friend.
No, that's LaRose.
No.
That's LaRose.
Oh, you've got LaRose as well. Oh,
yeah, that's the crew.
Oh, that's the crew one. Hang on. I was in crew mode, wasn't I? Character mode. You're right. It is me.
It is you. Gotcha.
Yes. Sorry.
No problem. So as you guys cross from Crow's Foot to Silk Shore, there's one bridge. You have rolled a success. You are on your way back, but you do have one more little encounter. There's a blue coat, and he's sort of twirling his billy club. Portly man, mutton chops. You recognize him from having hung out. You've seen him with Twitch at one point or another. He says, "Oh, boys, what you got here?"
I look at my breasts.
And I say, "Boys," I mean lady and man.
And I look up at the blue coat, and I just tut.
I'm so sorry, ma'am. He is flustered and blushes. In his very pale skin with the sort of reddish mutton chops, he blushes very well.
Oh, that's such a cute color on you.
What we got here? This waif seems. He sort of uses his billy club to push the coverlet back a little bit to see the face. Oh, not doing well.
Could be leprosy.
Oh,
I'm not sure yet. Do you want us? Could you take us to the leper's house?
oh I think you guys probably know where you're going. Don't want anything to do with that if you don't mind. Oh my gosh.
I think it might be up where those boats are.
Wait, are you friends of Twitch?
Who's Twitch?
Oh, okay. I get it. Never mind. You guys carry on. But if you see a Twitch, got something to tell him.
What does he look like?
Short guy, twitches a bunch. He gives a decent description. Twitch, if you want to give a better description, feel free.
Said it. Do you recognise this person? Do we know him?
I tend not to try and date people that are smaller than me. Are you married, officer?
Well, at one point, but that's been a while. He looks around.
I quite like the flustered look. It does something for me.
Maybe we should,
maybe grab a coffee or a scotch at some point.
Oh.
And then I kind of move the board and then try and move on.
Okay. He says, "May I get your name and where to call on you?"
Of course.
And he stands there waiting.
Why didn't you meet him at the pie shop?
It's not him. It's her.
Yeah, that would be cool. Well, basically, no, I turn around and say, well, I'm Nurgle, and any cake and coffee shop in Brightstone, if you know Brightstone, there's only one cake and coffee shop. We can meet there anytime. You just let me know when, or leave a message for me at the cake and coffee shop. I'll get it. I'm in there frequently. What's your name, sir?
He says, "Oh, Dermot, Officer Dermot, at your service." He tips his hat.
I kind of do this awkward shuffle with the board and and my leg and I stick my right hand out, which is my dominant hand, to go to shake. And then when he takes it, I actually bring him in close and I actually kiss his hand like a gentleman would to a lady.
Let me carry this for you. And he tries to take over carrying the board.
No, it's fine. Honest, Dermot. You know, we've got this covered, and you said you didn't want to get involved with the leprosy thing. I would hate for you to catch it and then us not have this date.
Wait a second.
I mean, this meeting.
Just a second. Nurgle.
Yes.
There's a wanted poster, not wanted like in trouble, but there's a missing persons poster that's been posted in our district for a Nurgle. He flips through a little notebook. Nurgle Smokeshire. Is that you?
Why, young man? Yes, it is. Why am I missing?
Oh, well, he looks again. It says here that your uncle is desperately looking for you. A magistrate Nog?
I burst out laughing. Oh, my Uncle Nog. Oh, he's such a cutie. Do you know what it is? He hasn't seen me in around about a week, and he does so fret. But as you can see, the leprosy thing with the good doctor, with the good physiker, it's taken up because not many people want to get involved. So I volunteered the healthcare is absolutely atrocious, but it does afford me some nice cake and coffee.
Very, very good. Do
I
you
will
wish
go and
that I
see my
pass on a
uncle.
message to the magistrate? We do need to
Oh,
let him
are
know
you going to
that
see him?
you're alive.
Oh, yes, please. If you could let him know that I'm all well and good, and I'm currently helping with the leprosy outreach, and I will be home soon, I promise. Please don't fret. I'll make it up to him, and he will have a good laugh playing games.
He scribbles desperately with his little bitty pencil that he's got, trying to catch
That's
everything
so
you said.
cute.
And he drops the pencil into a puddle, bends over, picks it up. His
I check
hat
out
falls
his
off
rear.
for a second. He's embarrassed. He backs away, bowing a couple of times awkwardly, and I'll see you later, and takes off
I'll
down
see you
the.
later, Dermot. I give him a little rude wink.
Okay, and which sends him scurrying rapidly away across the bridge.
When
Okay,
he's out
with
of
that
earshot,
encounter,
I took
Good.
I looked to Rekka and I go, what the hell has Twitch been up to?
So across you go, and you guys return roundabout carefully. I assume you probably ditch at the last minute the fish board and things like that, and then you're not actually carrying her onto the boat like that. Maybe in between you or something.
I think it would be foolish, and this is my thoughts, so please check with Rekka. I think it would be foolish to abandon the fish board until we actually got on the boat, because when we unmoor and move it, we can then deposit it at the new mooring place.
You guys have a fish board. And so I was going to start at this point with you guys sort of sitting there together and then going off and doing your single activities, your activities. But what I'd like to do, as you bring her on board, you're met by most of the crew. Brute's not there. The rest of you guys are there as they come onto the boat. And as well as, not Valeris, oh, good grief. Why can't I keep my...
Vivienne.
Vivienne is there. Why do I have to have V's for everything? So Vivienne is actually looking incredibly bored. She's reread every little book that you have on the place, and is desperately bored of being stuck on this boat. But she jumps up as you come in and goes, "Oh!" and clears the table off of the last remaining dishes so you have a place to put her down.
I say, we're not going to get up to any funky business on the table. Get in the room and get ready for me, dear.
Anyway, yes. So she looks disconcerted by that, but she's very interested in what you're doing. She's worried about whoever this person is. She's got a kind heart, and she starts to put on some hot water for some herbal tea. Okay. Is there anything else you guys wish to... Go ahead.
So we're going to use the smelling salts and wake up Brute's sister.
Okay. So, Twitch, you were there, so is Mara. Unless you choose to be somewhere else. And I will let you do that. No problem.
No, that's fine.
So, I will say you were sitting at the table. What were you guys doing or talking about before you were interrupted?
Oh, probably just playing some solitaire.
You're playing solitaire. What was Mara doing?
She's basically on the boat sorting out and organising her trinkets and bits and pieces. I think she knows that she needs to do some more research for this ritual.
Yes.
So she's checking out on her, checking up on what she's got, what she's going to need, what she's going to need to purchase and stuff.
Very good. If you guys are happy to extend the open role play here for a second, feel free.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Prior to waking her up, we should look in the satchel. Sorry.
Okay, that's a good idea. So the satchel is sort of a haversack that's got a couple of leather belts across the top that has a lock on it, a padlock through where the straps come together.
So we're
No, any longer.
You could just cut the leather cords and be done with it.
No, we'll
Now I'm going
tinker.
to see if I. Yeah, can we pick the lock?
Absolutely.
We've
know
got lock picks
and
between
you know, you have all the time in the world. You don't have any issues.
I know
what I will do though is
what's
ask for this
in
roll
the
anyway.
satchel.
I'm sorry.
I know what's in the
I
satchel.
know you do.
But you're not here.
Actually,
no, I'm not.
right before I tell them what it is, I'll let you make your guess.
I'm hearing voices. I think I need a physica.
So you.
Oh no! Don't worry about my guess. I'll tell you if my guess is
Okay,
accurate,
you'll tell you if it's correct.
Given the notes that I've got and given what Polonia was up to, I think I know
Oh,
exactly
yeah.
what's in the satchel.
Yes, you
I
do.
think it's a
But I'm not-
fuckload
but
of
Brute's not
drugs. What's the drug called? Spark.
So, with that said, who wants to make the tinker roll to pop this thing open?
I've got 3.
I think it will either be Twitch or Wrecker.
Typically
I'm
on
just
a
putting it out there.
lockpick type roll, I was reading in the book, I think that it's one that's very difficult for someone else to help with unless you have
Yes.
like exquisite knowledge that you're passing on or something like that. So I think at this point, I will give you an extra die because you are in a completely controlled environment with all the time in the world. However, I will tell you that it does appear to be trapped.
What about the fine tinkering tools?
Ah, that's an extra die too.
So we've got 3 plus 2, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Is Twitch? How many have you got in Tinker, Twitch?
Just the one, I think.
Yeah, I'll do it then.
Okay, where are
Is
you
it-
doing this? Just so I know, because I understand what the trap would do if you did somehow
I'm
manage to succeed with all of your dice.
We're in the workshop.
I can lend you my fine lockpicks, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in a workshop. I'm doing it under a ventilated gas chamber.
Canopy thing.
Yeah.
Okay, got
what you'd have in a science,
Okay.
in a chemistry lab.
Very good.
Yeah. This is a risky roll, is it? Or control?
It's not. It's controlled, and it'll have standard effect. Or actually, it'll have great effect. If you succeed, it'll just work, and everything will go perfectly. And there it is. Oh, look at that! Even better. So not only have you managed to remove this lock, you determine that it was actually a ghost lock. There is a spirit bound to it that would have attacked you. And because of this 6, you have that lock in your possession, functional. And if you wish, you actually can fashion keys that will make it work. And you can add that to your equipment. You have a ghost trap lock.
Oh, I think we should do.
Great roll. Inside, you see there's some leather pouches. I say leather. They're more like some form of maybe animal bladder that are then put inside ceramic bowls, which is part of why the bag was so heavy. But in each one of those, there's a sparkling blue powder that you all recognize as spark. There's probably, if you guys know street value on this, you probably do, you're thinking there's, boy, this could be almost 20 coin worth of spark sold properly. It's a lot of money.
Cool.
You wonder, actually, you know who this was going to.
Who was it going to?
Yeah, we
John?
do. It was going to the people. Was it the Blackjacks?
Lamp Blacks. Very
Lamb
close.
Blacks. That's the one. God damn it! I did that from memory.
Well done.
That's not good.
So, interesting.
So we're not going to add the poop juice to that then.
Right there. Very good. So you guys have in your possession a ghost lock that you can use and a bag with, we'll call it 20 coin worth of fine grade spark. What do you think of that? And why in the world would they have given that much to this young lady to go carry across town?
Because she's a carrier pigeon.
You'd think that they would have been a little more careful, but who knows? Maybe it's because she was, not very suspicious. Maybe you'll have to figure that one out.
Did you check
Okay.
to see if one was following you when you came over here with her on a board?
Yes, I did, and we were followed. Well, we were approached by a gentleman of the blue cloth who asked for you.
Yeah.
Who asked for you in particular? So much Twitch has been going on tonight that makes me wonder quite who you are.
So, Pete, you're coming in really quiet. Is he coming in quiet for the rest of you? Or is it just me?
No, it's fine for me.
It's fine for you? Okay, good. Then I'll just assume it's my own issue. And carry on.
So,
Yeah,
so you met up with with Dermot?
Dermot, yeah. Oh, he's such a. Do you know he looks goddamn sexy when he gets flustered and embarrassed? He's so cute. I'm gonna go on a date with him. I know I am.
I'll let him know.
You will not. Do not say anything. Okay, I'm going to corrupt him myself. So yes. He said something about he's got something to tell you about something that was really boring and shit. But more importantly, apparently, you've got 8 coins for your head.
What?
The rest of your body is worthless. They just want to pay us 8 coins for your head.
I might turn myself in for 8 coin.
I know. You best not go round with.
So who wants my head?
Lady Kellis.
What for? Well, I mean,
for sticking a cucumber down your throat.
Well, there was that one time. Yeah, okay, all right, fair enough.
Fair enough.
So yes, and she did describe you down to a T. Well, actually, she couldn't describe you. She just knows you by name, and she also knows that you go around with the brute. So maybe avoid going with the brute to many places.
Yeah.
But yeah, just keep your heads up.
By name.
She said it's rumoured that you are best buddies with a rather large man.
Well, now that could be that
No.
it's rumoured that you're friends with a rather large cotton-eared dude who is a representative for somebody we're not particularly fond of. So we could twist that rumour quite nicely.
Very good.
Anyway,
That is true. That is true.
Anyway,
oh wow!
I think I'd best go and see what Dermot's got to say because, might be worth finding out. Anyway, see you later. And, Twitch takes off up the.
Got it.
You can't let him know that we told you.
Sorry, what was that?
You can't let him know that we told you because we told him that we didn't know you.
Oh, no worries, mate.
Got it. Very, very good. Let me see.
Right, so that's all the information passed over. So that's dealt with.
All right. So, who has Valeris as their buddy?
That's me.
Got it. I'll keep that in my head.
Super
Very good.
spy that she is.
So,
Has she buggered off yet?
she has. She hasn't been here the last couple of weeks. She said
I feel like
thanks,
she was eating all
thanks
the
for
food.
the for taking care of her, all that other stuff, and that she'll return the favor.
Bloody better do. She can find that Karis and fucking shoot him.
Got it. And then
Sorry, Castor.
Casta. Got it.
Yeah, Castor, not Karis. Castor. He's such a wanker.
Okay.
Sorry, yes.
So the camera follows Twitch as he moves in and out of darkness. Well, it's dark everywhere, but in and out of patches of gray into patches of black. The rain is coming down slightly harder and colder. People who are used to dealing with constant rain move indoors as much as possible. It doesn't take you too long from where they described where Dermot was doing his beat for you to catch him on his way back across from Crow's Foot. You catch him about halfway across the bridge. There's no one else besides you there.
Getting reverb.
I did see that. I don't know why that happened. Maybe I was talking too loudly. Is it better now?
Yes, much better.
I may have been enunciating too well. So you catch him halfway across the bridge. And when he sees you, his face lights up because you're his buddy. Twitch! I was just talking about you.
Oh, were you, mate?
Yeah. I ran into two folk. Thought they might know you.
Oh. Don't know. What did they look like?
Oh. He blushes. And and he says, "Well,
all right, were they?"
There was one that I really can't describe. Sort of got a drab suit on, maybe a little bit. I sort of lost track of that. They're carrying something. Oh yes, there was a young lady or maybe a young boy. I couldn't tell, on a board, very ill. And but the other one, oh, she's divine. And he starts going into a long description that is discomforting to you because you know her said it so well. And he's praising her many virtues. Silken voice, you name it's getting pretty bad. But he says, "Oh, I was needing to tell you. I know that Grace, that the Bindi lady.
Yes.
Yeah, she was a friend of your buddy Brute, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
She was in the other day. She was in chatting with the captain."
Oh, right.
Yep.
Don't know
Yep.
what she was chatting about, do you?
I do. And he does a sly look that he does when he gives you information on the inside. He says she's she's got herself an invite to that nameless exhibition thing that the captain's in charge of the security for. She was getting herself a pass.
Oh. Right. Oh.
Yeah. They've doubled the security up on that place. Some sort of relic is going to be shown there. I was listening, and I think it was the Helm of Awe.
Hell? Whoa.
Yeah. So I'm on the crew, as of now, because they had to double up. I'm hoping I get myself a chance to see this stuff.
I'll say it sounds pretty fancy place to be.
Yeah. It's over in 6 Towers. Building over there.
Yeah.
Don't have all
when
the
they
details
say the
yet.
helm of ore, what they actually mean is it's a hat in the shape of a sheep, but it's very cute. So it's the helm of Aw.
I will say it's very, very possible that overhearing this from a distance, that Dermot may have misheard. Absolutely, yeah. That's correct.
If it's
okay.
If it's in the shape of a sheep, surely it'd be the helm of you.
Oh, you can't pay for this type of humor. You can't.
No one would pay for this type of humor.
No.
No, you can. I've seen the videos on YouTube.
Very good. Okay.
Grace is going to be there, is she? Oh, okay.
Now you know. He says, well, I was just wanting to pass that on to you. I didn't mean to pull you out in the rain.
Oh, no worries. No worries. It's, you know what it's like. It's always raining.
He pulls out a flask, something fiery, and leans on the bridge, the rain just pounding down on his blue flat cap and running off the sides, looking out over the shards of the sun that are setting into the canal, and actually they're setting out past White Crown, so you're really not seeing where they're setting, but they're going down behind White Crown. Says, well, another day done. He gives you a little swig, takes a swig. I'll catch you later, Twitch. And he trods off towards Crow's Foot.
You be well, mate.
You too, he calls over his shoulder.
Okay. Twitch
head back
to the barge then.
Very good. So what we'll do, if you guys don't mind, is move sort of out of free play, unless you wish to go on, and move into your activities. And the reason, unless, John, would you like to sort of wrap up your stakeout as part of free play, just so you don't have to pay for it? I don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, all I've really been doing is just watching.
Okay.
I've been watching who comes and goes. Because what I want to know is I want to know where we can apply pressure if we need to.
Okay.
Now, what I then want to do after a while of watching is I want to go just back round the corner and down the street a little way.
Okay.
And back to my old tenement block.
Okay.
Because I lived literally round the corner.
Very good.
And I still know a few people. And all I'm going to do is just pop down and just make contact with a few of the folks that I haven't seen for a while. Say my hellos. And I'm going to just take a few coins. Not coin.
Got it.
And make sure that anybody who's in need has got a little bit to help them out with.
Okay.
That's all.
Very good.
Nothing of any significance, I'm hoping. So,
dropping off a little bit here and there, earning some cred with the folks here in Cole.
Yeah, just the ordinary folk. We're not talking about those who might be of less savoury intent.
Got it. Yeah, you can tell those that are there begging because they're part of a gang that's doing nothing but begging, and you can tell those that are in genuine need. It's easy for you to tell.
Yeah, and mainly this is people who I'm at least reasonably acquainted with around here.
Absolutely.
Just to make sure that they've got a few coins in their pocket, so that they're
absolutely. You guys have come into quite a bit of coin, and that's not a bad thing. Actually, I would like to, if you don't mind, take the extend this free play a little bit, because I would love to see the scene as you come back to the boat and find your sister there. So, if you don't mind,
Oh, and there was me thinking that was going to be.
I'm not going to force that. I'm not going to force that. We can make that
Well,
your reaction
you know.
be part of that. But I can see the camera sort of panning along as you have finished doling, and then there's it zooms out, and you see the map of the town, and you can see the little dot of your footprints as you're going across, and zooms back in as you arrive at the door, at the hatch. You've already
He
walked
comes down
across.
over my shoulder and turns onto my face.
I'm sorry. Yes.
As I
Absolutely.
lift the hatch up and step through, my bulk just
Yes.
eases through the hatch, and then the hatch drops.
Clunk. And it remains
almost
on your face to catch the expression as you see.
Yeah, and there's this water pouring down my head and down the baldness.
Got it.
And just
absolutely
sort of filtering down and catching little speculent highlights in my beard.
Absolutely. What is your expression
My eyes
see Flo?
Narrow. There's nothing particular here, but the eye is just narrow as I look at her.
Got it. Who else is around the table?
And I look around.
Yep.
And I know who it is because the pair of them just react.
Oh yeah.
In one of them there's a slight moment of tension of have I done the right thing here? And the other one just demurs.
As
and
usual.
I'll let them decide which side that particular thing goes.
As you write that out. I love it. Mara, are you still
and
at
I just
the table?
She's sitting at the table now?
She is actually just starting to come to. Oh.
Gosh.
That was...
Massive shoulder shrug.
Rick is downstairs doing the fucking ghost lock. I panicked. No, joking.
That's wonderful.
I'm not going to cosh her.
No, it's
very,
pretty
very
obvious
good
to me that she's been that my friends have brought her here for her own safety, but also have been the ones who have laid her out. I mean, that's the way I read it straight away. She's not beaten.
No.
She's in a rough state, but she's not beaten. So if she was out because of something else, she'd be beaten, and she isn't.
Got
so
it.
It's obvious that's done it. Quite well, they've done it with drugs, or whether they've done it with the application of a bit of kinetic energy. Really doesn't bother me particularly.
Got it.
I look at the two of them and just nod. Good call.
Very good.
So I'm going to do something about this.
Record, do you have anything to say about the circumstances?
We haven't divulged what was in the satchel yet.
Nope. Do you want to do that?
We've got a big talk to have about your sister's habit. We found her in possession of some spark, which opens up a whole new avenue of possibilities. And
I'm guessing the lampblads are a bit light, are they?
Yeah. And we need to make some decisions on what to do with it, if anything at all.
Yeah.
But we need to keep it away from your sister as well.
We'd do that, yeah. I think it's about time she had a bit of tough love.
Very good.
At the mention of tough love, I put down my biscuits and I go, okay, I see that as a challenge. I'll accept that one.
Oh, you think you might talk to her? Well, I mean, she has respect for me, but not the degree of respect that we need in circumstances like this. So
this is interesting.
If you all want to take turns at having a chat, then I'd welcome that.
I don't think a chat.
If somebody want to take turns at making sure she doesn't leave, I'd also welcome that.
What about enforced cold turkey?
Yeah, I think it's about time for that. Ain't got anything in your box of tricks, boy?
I think a chain and a lock. Maybe not the one we've just opened.
Well,
Probably
I think the best thing we can do is lock her in one of the cabins if we are on our way out. But I'd rather somebody was here to make sure that nothing terrible happened. But if the dealers have got to lock her in and just let her stew for a few days or a week or so, well, so be it. But
there are people.
I'm just wondering if there might be something magical in your.
Well, yeah, there are people on this boat. There are people on this boat that seem quite bored. Maybe they might appreciate looking after her, and we could maybe put her to sleep for a few days.
Well, I was thinking more of your arsenal of substances. There might be something that can flush her out straight away.
There's nothing like that.
The mental damage might be quite severe afterwards, but I'm thinking if it washes through the physical stuff, especially if it messes with her ability to take any more. If she takes it and makes her horribly sick or something like that, that would work for me.
But that will wear off.
She's not getting a choice about these things, you understand?
If she's going to have access to drugs, that will wear off by the time she gets to the drugs. So let's just lock her up and put her to sleep through the worst of it.
Very good.
Fair enough.
So you can tell she is awake now and listening to you talk about her fate with wide eyes.
Yeah.
I look at her. I look her in the eye, and my eyes narrow. Put on yourself, girl. Nothing I can do now. You got to take it serious. You get you straight, all right? You're not yourself. You're not thinking straight. So let's get you sorted.
If I don't get this, if I don't get the product across, I won't be able to pay. I won't be able to pay my debts.
Don't you worry nothing about no debts. Don't you worry nothing about no products.
Out of
They're
interest,
going to find you face down in a canal tomorrow, having been horribly robbed. Of course.
She shudders at that. Okay, and you were saying, Record?
What is the debt?
Oh, you say that?
Yeah.
So
how big is the debt?
Brute knows the debt. I can bring it up if you need.
Please.
She owes money to Olaf.
How much?
Yeah, how much?
Doesn't matter. We're paying it off.
Well,
see that boy dead first. I'm going to pay it off. Huh?
With drugs? I mean,
Mr. Brute.
Tell me your plans, boys.
Brute. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we pay the debt off depending on how much it is. We've got the spark. We've also got your sister. Okay, so we pay her debt depending on how much it is if we got it, because we went in tonight with only wanting something. We got slightly more than what we bargained for from Lady Callis, and it could have gone so much worse. But what I'm thinking, we pay the debt off. That gets your sister clear. We then reclaim the debt because of some little scrote, and we basically get blood in form of payment.
The only thing we've got to be careful with that. Sorry, say again.
How big is the debt?
The thing we got to be careful with that boy Olaf is that he's cold. Frozen cold.
How big is the debt? Because I've got a plan.
Well, it was 3 coin.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. I can pay that.
We can just pay it.
You guys have made really well. Right. Understand that's a big amount of money.
Said it brings out the 4 coins that we got tonight, and she puts one on the table and goes, "That's what we asked for the information from for the book. That's for the group." And she holds up the other 3 coins in a between her thumb and her forefinger, and she goes, "That's going spare. I recommend we use that to free your sister from her debt." And then Brute, she belongs to us.
thing you got to understand is that Lady Kellis and the Lampblacks are going to go after her.
Oh,
Once they
and
find she's
then
gone missing, they're going to figure she's
they-
robbed them, which is where we need. We need her to be found face down, floating in one of the canals.
You going to kill
So
her?
what we're going to need is we're going to need a body. Let's pay off the debt with Olaf, and then we need to go and find a body, and we need to dress it up right, and we need to sling it in a canal where it gets found.
One of you guys happens to know someone who messes with bodies.
Yeah, I do know a corpse thief.
Yep, he's not necessarily your friend. Doesn't like you that much.
He's my worst enemy. So
yeah, but you at least know a corpse thief.
What I would suggest is, I know a guy called Eckhard, but I'm not having anything to do with him. And what you could do is you could pay him some of the spark, but only if we cut it with poop juice.
Nice. Nice.
I'm up for that.
Nice. So I love the idea.
Any of your poop juice, just don't use it on me. But I'm
by the way,
any use of that poop juice, it's potent.
Yeah, what an interesting idea, using one of your down arrow people, because you're having other people use it, but you know what they're good for. I love it. I absolutely love that idea. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, so how far away is Olaf, the snowman, from where we are?
I think he's in either Char Hollow or Coleridge last time you heard. But what I'm gonna say right
Char
now.
Hollow, wasn't it?
Go ahead. Yeah, probably Char Hollow.
I think it was Char Hollow because
Okay.
I think we got between Char Hollow and Charter Hall for the transit heist.
Yes, you did.
In
Right,
fact, in fact, we could cut the whole lot of it with poop juice and leave it found with the body.
No, I think we want to have it found on somebody we want to basically spread bad rumours about, shall we say. So one of the people who's causing us problems. So who's causing you problems?
Oh, we've got so many.
There's so many.
Mostly Lady Kellis, actually. But,
Lady Kellis for you.
By the way,
But
did you
then this
guys?
is coming from Lady Kellis, so we can't exactly have it found in Lady Kellis's her own.
Of course, that's another thing we could do. We could deliver it. We could deliver it to the Lampblacks, who are almost certainly going to sell it on the street. And if we cut it with poop juice and deliver it to the Lampblacks, the Lampblacks will then sell it, and then there'll be blowback on them for the fact that they sold poop juice to people.
Yeah, but
Nice.
but there'll be blowback on us as well. So we need to get it.
Yeah, but we can use cutouts.
Yeah.
We have disguises. We can do all sorts of things.
I love it.
Here's a question.
I don't
Here's a
think
question.
we should be using the phrase poop juice and blowback in the same sentence so much.
No, I
That
think
might
it's
have been
fine.
intentional.
I think you'll find it's fine as long as you don't also include a third word, which is scatter.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So for those watching, Wrecker was hired by a teenage gang to make them a concoction that would cause explosive diarrhea in a hurry. And he worked on it as a long-term project, has completed it, but has yet to deliver it to the Blue Devils teenage gang, who he hung with to learn some parkour.
There's plenty of it.
I would say yes. There's probably plenty for that and to provide. That's fine.
Okay, so somehow we've got to get a corpse that looks like your sister.
No, I don't think if we do that option, Brute's option, we don't need that, because if we're going Brute's option, we're actually delivering it. So we would need a courier, female courier, to basically take it to destination.
Very good.
Or somebody to deliver it to destination, sort of say, the girl's been attacked, but I grabbed this and I'm passing it on. I know where it should be going. Don't know.
Yeah, but it still might.
Oh,
back
that
on,
plays in. So go
on brute system.
Okay. I've got to ask this question. Is Said It and my sister roughly the same sort of height, build, etc.?
So your sister is about 2 inches shorter and much more slight. You might be able to pull it off.
Are you saying I'm fat? Are you body shaming
No,
me right
voluptuous.
now, live on stream?
Voluptuous.
You're much more voluptuous, curvaceous.
And in real life too, Rob. Much more voluptuous.
You smooth talking fuck.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put us on a quick break. Everybody hit the restroom and everything else. Grab your food, snacks, stuff like that. Come back, and then we will start moving into some of your downtime activities. Maybe even run some more of this free play to deal with the disposal of the spark or whatever you're wanting to do. Think about it while we go on a short break, and we'll be right back. So I don't know if the team is going to want to do a little more free play to deal with some of the little pieces that are not really scores, or if you're interested in going into your downtime activities. But before you do downtime activities, I did want to go ahead and go through with everyone their experience points so that we can move forward for all of you guys as much as we possibly can. So
Okay. That must be you, Felix.
The crunch sound. So I think
I am back.
If we look at PC advancement, we didn't have any desperate rolls last time, but I did want to go over your XP triggers, and so you guys can mark some XP for things that happened. I know, for instance, Rob, even though he's not on right now.
I'm
here. You are. You made a deliberate reference to the fact that you were doing what you were doing because of your character's drives and motivations. At the time, I heard it, and I was like, he is queuing that up for an XP point. I see what he's doing. And absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah. So let's do that really quick. If you look at your character sheets, since we said it, why don't we take a quick look at yours and see what they say. Like, for instance, what's your playbook specific trigger?
Okay, so so the first one is address the challenge with tracking or violence. Did neither one. Kind of did a little bit of tracking to find out where Matey was and whatnot. Did. So there's one there. You express your beliefs, drives, heritage, and background.
Sold me on that.
Which you've already just mentioned. So another one there. And another trigger is you struggle with issues from your visceral traumas during the session, which I did not.
Got it.
So although I did actually tell that rather large receptionist that she could do better than what was his name?
Flint. Yes.
Flint, yeah. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we could put that in as a trauma because Flint was hard work.
So what I am going to do is you're going to get 2 points, and because I'm moving your characters along a teeny bit, and it was Mara's birthday yesterday. You get a third XP. Each of you will get an extra XP on top of the others you're getting as we celebrate Mara's birthday in most appropriate manner. And notice that other GMs didn't do anything like that and are stingy.
Okay, so
I find it's best in circumstances where everyone's asleep and not paying any attention, not to just murder the party. So I'm going to consider yourselves quite fortunate on that particular score.
So, Mr. GM, that
Yes.
puts me at full. So, what does that actually mean? What does that do for
Full
my,
on what?
For my
On your
on my
playbook?
playbook advancement?
Then you empty that and pick one of those special abilities above.
Ah, right. Okay.
So, let me get here. If we go to your character sheet and go to set it, you'll see that set it is now looking. She has Ghost Hunter marked already, and she has cleared her playbook advancement. She has just filled this all the way up right here, and now is picking out one of these others that are on her list. Okay. Let's go to Wrecker and your playbook advancement.
One of them is addressing a challenge with stealth or evasion.
Okay.
I guess we did that.
So you did spend most of your time hidden, and I am in a ridiculously generous mood. So you get that point. Crap. Got a work text. And on top of that, you get the 1 point for Mara's birthday. But I don't know if you're going to be able to say that any of the others did anything for you.
I probably can't.
So, got it. So why don't you go ahead and have 2? And remember, you can put them on your playbook, or you can also put them over on the different abilities.
Oh, right. I can do that, can I?
Yep.
Um,
You do not get double like you do for training on the one that you have the special for that, but you can put them across over there.
in that case, I'm going to put... Yeah.
All right. Twitch.
Yeah, so I think, like with Wrecker, we addressed some challenges with stealth.
Okay, good.
Other than that, I can't really see anything.
Fair enough. So you get 2, once again, for Mara's birthday.
Okay.
Mara.
Yes. I don't think I did a huge amount, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Last week, obviously the studying to prepare for what we were doing. But
Yes, you did.
Else.
You did all that studying to find the book.
Yeah.
And you did research on the on what it would take to deal with Agaz. So I would say that probably your trigger is what again?
You addressed a challenge with knowledge or arcane power. So
Look at that. I think that's definitely one. And then you get your birthday point. So that's at least 2. How about any of the others? How about a belief drives heritage background or struggled with vice or traumas? I'm not seeing that immediately.
As I said, I didn't really partake.
Yeah, it wasn't the best one for everyone to be able to do it at once. That was not perfect all the way around. What I would like to do, though, specifically, so you didn't get to do much. Yeah, that was hard. Go ahead and take a total of 3, partially because it's your birthday and I'm being nice to everybody. Felix, take another one. Brute, you're going to get 3, unless you can tell me why you get 4. You didn't do violence or anything.
Can't hear you, John.
I didn't do anything at all.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to cover for that a little bit, and also to pay you guys back for a very train wrecky type situation all the way around. But I'm trying to get your character specifically caught up because I think you missed out at some point, because several people have gone up in advancements, and yours has not, and that one's
I've never had
bothering
a
me.
single advance, no, of any
Exactly.
type.
No.
So
So,
I'm hoping
I don't
that
know.
then
Maybe I've missed out on XP, but I don't think so.
I think you must have at some point because of the number of other folks that have gotten to go up. So unless you're really spreading all of your stuff around really thin, hopefully with the 3 you've got now, you can go up. Okay.
I didn't realize. Yeah, I didn't realize how this worked. I didn't realize that it was split between the different sections, and you've got the different sections you put things in. So I've got one in, like my prowess track's got 1 in it, but my playbook advancement track's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in it. Okay. And actually, what I hadn't realized is that you can. By then, I could have had another raise from somewhere else. So I don't think I have necessarily missed out. I think it's just inadequately proportioned because I didn't realize what the score was. I've just been reading the advancement chapter in the rules. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully with this 3, I'm hoping that almost everyone has something that they're going to advance in at this point, as we're moving towards what I consider a seminal score here in the near future. Let me see. So we've done that.
No, it still doesn't give me a raise. It's fine.
And let's take a look at Rob. Are you so do you guys want to go ahead and as you're looking at the different things for yourselves, are you wanting to move on with some more free play, or are you ready to move into your activities that you get, your 2 activities? And of course, you guys have coin to buy plenty more as you choose.
Well, as you mentioned my name, I'm fine to move on because I'm actually going to take a special ability, and I'm going to use Veteran, which then opens up from another source.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to take the Ghost Fighter from the Cutter.
Wow. Very, very interesting. That's going to be a fun one.
So I'm going to take that because I use knives and swords as well as pistolas. So it would be good if I had something that I could actually fall back on should the supernatural come knocking on my door. So that's what I'm thinking, to try and it automatically adds it. Excellent.
Very cool.
So I'm going to do that. So I've now added that to the bottom, and the character sheet. I just typed in Ghost Fighter, and it automatically put the description in.
How cool.
Okay, so
good.
I've now got Ghost Hunter and Ghost Fighter selected.
I see.
So that's that done. What do I need to do to get rid of the bruises and ribs? I mean, that's just a rank 1, so that goes over time, doesn't it?
So it's not over time. You have that 4-piece clock that's right above that. So you can go and try. You can actually go to Wrecker as your.
Well, we
tier
did that
1.
at the last downtime, but I can't remember what the thing was from it, because we didn't actually go into it that much.
I can tell you.
Everyone in my crew gets a 1d, 1+d to their healing treatment rolls.
So you did Vice twice last time, said it?
Yeah.
So you did not do a healing last time.
Right. Okay. Right. So I need to. I've got stress, so I'm going to need to indulge in my Vice to get rid of my stress.
Okay. Would you like to do that first or heal first?
No, I'm going to get rid of. I'm going to try and get rid of the Vice first. So, so I'm fine with bruises to the face and the ribs and a bruised arm. That's next to nothing. You know, I get those just walking around the boat, for God's sake.
Very good.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to go to my usual place, pick up the usual type of things. See
Can
if
you describe
Nog's there.
your place again?
Yeah, it was over. It's basically it's a brothel, but I can't remember where it was. I think it was.
Let's see. I will take a look at the first downtime.
I've got a funny feeling it's in Crowsfoot, but I can't remember.
Let me find it.
I might be wrong on that one, but yeah, basically it's a brothel, and the arrangement that I've got
The Silver
is,
Swan in Brightstone.
Brightstone, right?
Eldrin Pritchard.
So the arrangement that I've got is I basically service one of his customers,
Yep.
and then I get to have my pick of the ladies.
Absolutely. So when you approach the place, it is Brightstone. This is a reputable establishment in a up-class part of town.
Yeah.
And strangely enough, it's raucous.
Oh.
Oh, yes. There's even loud singing coming from inside.
Okay. That's not normal. Okay.
As you go in, you see that there is a large group of bluecoats, and they've got a cake, and there's a sign, "Happy Retirement, Sergeant so-and-so, Sergeant Rizzle," and there's dancers around, they're tipping, and Eldrin has a slight frown on his face as he is losing more lucrative custom to those that are not going to not probably participate as much as they should. And you do see that Captain Drake Marn is there with his group, as well as, guess who?
Nog.
Dermot.
Oh.
Who may be surprised to see you here.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So things are interesting as you enter your preferred location for Vice. Eldrin waves you over. I assume the usual?
Maybe not with these with the halls and the room coated in blue.
She nods.
I had enough of that.
She nods to the other
corner.
She nods to the other corner where there is a Taikarosi gentleman with horns and claws who is sitting by himself drinking out of a silver pitcher. Big man.
Wow. Who can deny the horniness?
He laughs.
Come on, then. Yeah, the usual. Sod it. I point to. I discreetly nod over into to Dermot's direction, and I say, "Can you just keep an eye on him? Because if he plays his cards right, I might have him for number 2.
Ginger mutton chops. Really?
Hey, it's all in the hair color.
All right, let's make your roll.
Yeah. Right, so the first voice, it's a D6, isn't it? No, it's not D6. What is it?
It's your lowest trait, number of dice.
Oh, so it is a D6.
Okay.
And I'd get nothing else with it, right?
Nope.
So that's 2.
Okay, so you remove 2 stress. A little scratched up, but that's not too bad. All right, let's. I'll add this to the sheet. Downtime. Very good. Vice.
That leaves me with 5 stress. That's not good.
All right. So we will come
Okay.
back for your second vice.
Yep. Okay.
I'm going to jump up to Wrecker just because I have him in that order. What are you doing for your first downtime, young Wrecker?
I don't need to indulge in my advice because my stress levels are at 0.
Very good.
I have floated through this game. Who rolled that?
Very good.
And I'm going to just train.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you going to train? What are you going to train in?
Just give me a second. I just lost my character sheet. I'm going to train in prowess.
Prowess. Now, I think this is one that you get 2 points in. Is that correct?
Probably. How do I find that out?
Is that how it should be on your crew sheet? I will take a quick look with you.
Yes, it is. Yeah, training
Okay.
prowess.
So the last time you trained in prowess, which gives you finesse, prowl, skirmish, and wreck, is the type of things you're doing. You were hanging out with a certain gang called the Blue Devils.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this time I'd like to train in a wrecking.
Okay.
And I'm quite happy to get the Blue Devils to help me out with that.
So it is prowess that you'll put the flags in up above.
Yeah.
Understanding that that you're sort of messing around with that, and they like the idea of helping you out. First off, you find them in a back alley in Crowsfoot.
Yeah.
And the skinny kid with the flock of seagulls hairdo spits when he sees you and goes, "You got the juice?"
I got the juice.
All of them are excited. The big kid, the skinny chick with all the piercings, they're so happy. And they come over, they're jumping around you, and you know, some of their voices are still breaking, and it's a little bit embarrassing as they're hooting and hollering, excited that you have delivered.
Yeah. So I've got the juice. Are you going to give me some kind of clue as to what you're going to do with this juice?
Yeah, you come with us. Come on. Remember that parkour stuff?
Yeah, but I want to practice explosions. I don't know if you guys might be interested in just a little bit of explosions.
Their eyes get big.
Yeah.
Explosions.
I've got some explosives, and I'd like to try and blow something up. I'm thinking possibly something waterborne, or if you've got any ideas yourselves, could we make this work as a mutually convenient?
Wow. They are, if they were excited about getting the poop juice, the idea of blowing something up has made this little gang pretty stoked. They said, "Tell you what." The skinny kid comes over. He's trying to puff himself up a little bit. Says, "There's a group we don't like so much. They got a warehouse in Dock District. If we could bring that down, it would make us nothing but happy."
Okay, and what's in the warehouse?
Well, we don't know exactly, but we tried to break in to see, and they were really mean.
Okay, so this explosive device that I've created is detonated remotely. So I don't want you guys detonating it, but I'm quite happy for one of you to carry it to where we need to detonate it. But I need to know you're all going to be clear when I kind of set it off.
The skinny kid just nods his head at the big meat kid, who comes over and picks up all the pieces, parts that make up this explosive device.
And I don't want this coming back to me, and I don't want anyone injured.
Oh, sure.
Because if anyone's injured, the spirits will be set free, and then we could be in trouble.
The girl with the piercing says they wouldn't know it was us.
Okay, so we're going to do that. Do I need to roll for it or anything? Or
so what we'll do is, yeah, I'm going to take this just a teeny bit farther. As you guys cross over into the dock district, and you can see this this warehouse ahead of you. It's got large sliding doors that, like you could maybe dry dock a ship and pull it up into this thing. It's so big. It's multi-story, but what you can see from the partially open door is it's open ceiling to floor, and it doesn't appear to have anything right up front that you can see. And then you realize you think this is possibly actually not a ship where you would put a ship. It's where you might put an airship. You've seen one or two move through the skies. You think maybe this is an airship hangar.
Well, let's take it down.
All right. So let's make that wrecking roll.
So, is this risky?
Yeah.
Is this a standard effect?
Yes.
Do I have any bonus dice? I mean,
I'll let you use your fine tinkering equipment.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
Ladies and gentlemen. All right. Wonderful. I love it. So the teenagers cruise around. You can see that they're setting it up nicely. They're giggling to each other as they're doing it. They've placed the different pieces that you've told them to at the different locations. It's a long wire running from it that you've got. You can coil that back as soon as the explosion goes off. So this long wire goes to your detonator that you've got. And are you the one pushing it down?
Yep, I'm going to make sure there's no one around.
Okay. Pretty much they're hopping up and down in excitement. And when this goes off, the rest of you guys, wherever you are in this town, see a flash of light and fire up to the sky. And there are pieces of this that you got an over yield, Felix.
Okay.
That's what your 4 is giving you. So instead of going off as you had intended, it's over yielded by probably double, maybe treble. And the fireball that goes up, and there's a whoom of a shock wave that goes out, breaking windows throughout the dock district and some into Brightstone, Crow's Foot, and on the water where the boat is that some of you might be in, it rocks with the shock wave that is running waves down the canal. You do hear the bong, bong, bong of Bell's wrecker in actually a couple of different directions.
Oh, the humanity.
Right.
But you get your training. You got your training.
Yeah, I get 2 points, yeah?
Yeah, you do.
Right, okay.
And you guys hightail it out of there. Awesome. I love it.
Are they going to tell us what the poop juice is for?
Oh, they haven't yet. No, they haven't. They said, we'll show you. You'll come along with us. And I'll save that for a slightly different time.
So is that one action?
Yes, that's one action.
Are you allowed to train with the second action? Can you do
yes, you are. Yes, you are. And you trained in, what was it, prowess?
It was prowess. If I train in it again, then I get full marks.
Okay.
Do you want to?
You got two this time.
Are we going to take it in turns, or can I carry on doing some stuff with
You
these kids?
let's take it in turns. I was doing it with everybody else. I'm typing down what you did. Okay, that's awesome. We'll find out about the complications from that at some other point. We've done Set It. We've done Wrecker. Is anyone got the desire to jump in next? Should you let Mara go since it's her birthday?
Oh, yeah.
Well, yesterday.
Yesterday.
I'm not hearing you, Mara. I apologize.
Are we muted?
Sorry?
We muted?
No, you're not muted.
Okay.
No, hang on.
So I was planning on expressing some of my vices, shall I say, experiencing one of my vices to reduce some of my stress.
Salia.
Not Salia, no.
Okay.
I was thinking, because obviously I know I've got to do this ritual. I'm wondering about because obviously one of the things that I can do with my weird vice is observe bizarre rituals or taboos. So I know I've got to possibly produce a ritual to get what is he called? Ajax.
Agaz.
Argaz.
Sorry.
So
Argaz.
I'd heard of a particular ritual going on nearby at the Hooded Proprietor, which is a half-flooded grotto cavern near the docks. Strange passageways lead to stranger chambers beyond.
Very good.
Ritual going on there. I'm very interested in observing, shall we say.
Gonna study one of those.
Yes.
Excellent. And this is this your vice being covered? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, this is
okay.
Weird. This is under weird.
Yep.
For vices, as I say, one of the things is observing bizarre rituals or taboos, and yeah, this is
very, very good.
Do.
So tonight, you find yourself in as you enter the grotto with a group of other people to sort of witness and adore the exciting enchantment that's going on. You come in at the beginning of this ritual. There are a group of folks in bluish robes, as best as you can tell in the darkness, that have some stitching on them, and it looks like some sort of infernal language that you're almost familiar with. You've seen it probably in one of the books. At first, you think that they're going to do a summoning of some sort. And then you realize that they have, gibbering in fear, a Skovlander middle-aged man stripped to the waist and painted with symbols. And as they move around this guy, at the last minute, you realize what it is they're doing. They are hulling him.
Hulling him?
You can see the moment that his spirit is pulled from his body into a bottle, leaving nothing but the hull as a servant, nearly mindless, to whoever takes possession of this hull.
Grab the hull and bring it with you, will you? Because I could do with palming it off to the guy I killed, who's the spirit.
There is someone there to take possession of this hull. Actually, it's two people. standing together.
Uh-huh.
And you notice that one of them you don't really want to see. It's Flint. And standing right next to him, as you've been described by your buddy, it's Eckerd.
Eckerd? Who's he?
Is the assassin, the hunter.
He's the who has Eckerd as his down arrow.
I thought he was.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah.
I thought that was Costa who was the assassin.
Eckerd is the body snatcher, the body thief, corpse thief.
Right. Okay.
Who you guys were thinking about maybe getting a corpse from?
Yes, that's it. Yes. Who also apparently is rumoured to be displaying a dissected Tycherosi as part of the Nene exhibition.
So, Flint, Eckerd shake hands, and the hull follows Flint out of the circle and out into the night, unless you choose to try and jump in and try and stop him. Otherwise, you can stay hidden without a roll.
I think I've seen enough. I'm going to stay out of this. Stay
Very
hidden.
good. So you have the basics of how to hull a person. And I will go ahead and roll your vice.
Just click on it.
There we go.
Nice. How much did you need?
5.
What? What? Wow, I couldn't even get you caught into some sort of overindulgence that could have really screwed things up. No, she has to hit it right on the nose.
Oh, hit it right on the nose.
Well done.
Yahoo!
Happy birthday to Mara again, as she walks away with zero stress. She is completely has learned stuff. She's learned not only about a ritual, about her enemy, about one of the other people that she's working with. They've thought about working with. Learned a lot in one shot. Very, very good. So we are down to Brute and Twitch. You guys want to arm wrestle for who goes next?
You go for it, Brute.
I think Brute would have won the arm wrestle, so that's good. What do you want to do, Brute?
I was about to say Brute would have thrown the arm wrestle, but what Brute actually did was accidentally thrown Twitch across the room without intending to.
Yeah.
That's a cool.
Sorry, mate. Come on back.
I'm just seeing that token that you got there in the Oh, that's interesting. You guys are doing all sorts of interesting things over in the chat that I wasn't seeing because I was on a different location. Okay, so what would you like to do?
Oh yeah, that was just me fiddling about and just to see what happened, and it put it in the chat, which I thought was quite interesting.
Very good.
I don't know.
Okay,
That's terrible.
That's fine.
I don't have any stress. I don't have any injuries.
Very, very good. So do you want to train?
I don't know.
So remember,
I honestly, the only reason I've been sitting here thinking, I don't know what I want to do. Maybe. How much heat are we carrying as a
4
as a crew? We're carrying 4 heat. I don't know. I'm really sorry. I know this sounds really rubbish, but I don't have any. Normally, I would be, reducing stress.
You're full of ideas.
I got nothing to do.
No problem. So, John, why don't we come?
Just don't know anything.
Yeah, Brute, why don't you come back to you, and take a chance to think about it. And everybody
I
else.
have. I've been thinking about it.
Oh,
I just
okay.
don't know what to do.
Well, if that's the case,
I don't think coming back to me is going to make any difference.
okay. As your GM, let me take a quick
Yeah.
look at your character sheet, just because I'm feeling that way, and we're going to take a look at Brute. And here, everybody, we can see what a beneficent GM does. I see that you are only lacking 2 to fill up prowess and get an extra dot. I highly suggest you train in prowess.
Okay.
Because you get 2 dots.
Yep.
For 1
And
training.
and then and then you also have.
Okay, cool.
Or you could take 2 trainings and fill up your playbook advancement and have a new special ability. So you got 2 ways to go. One, you can fill up your prowess with 1 go and then have another go to do something else. Or you could do both of your trainings to fill up your playbook advancement and get an extra ability. I'm happy either way.
So what I'm going to do is going to wait till the dead of night. And then I will slip out of the boat and I'll wander across the city.
Yes.
Dressed in my trademark attire.
Very good.
And I wander through some of the richer parts of the city. So I come. Just give me a second.
No problem.
I'm just finding the map. Find that. Scrolling isn't a sensible thing to do. I should have just. So I think we're moored off. Are we still moored off Silkshore?
Yes, north side of Silkshore, right?
So cross into Crowsfoot.
Very good.
Stalk through and across the bridge into Charter Hall.
Very good.
As I wander through Charter Hall, I will find a back alley.
Very good.
And I'll clamber up onto the roofs of some of the buildings in Charter Hall.
Nice.
And then I'll set about systematically busting things up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find on the flat roofs of the buildings, I'm going to find covers that are locked. Using just my brute strength, I'm going to start tearing
the locks one off. After the other.
And then I find, a building that's got a set of steps that come up, which has got, that piece that just sort of comes up that's triangular and there's a door. Yes. I'm going to start busting them down, busting locks off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to train I'm going to basically improve my skills in wrecking. And when there's a door that I just physically get my fingers around the whole door, and I'm going to pull the whole door off its hinges. Nice. I'm just going to leave this trail of destruction across these rooftops.
Wonderful.
Across the city. And just bust things down in terms of, just physically testing my strength and working on the best ways of breaking through locks and other.
Absolutely. And we will talk about that. If you guys do any particular events in Charter Hall over the next little bit. In fact, let's say this. You extend all the way into 6 towers.
Ooh, okay.
Now it gets a little bit further, a little bit higher. There's some bigger buildings, the sort of some of the richer buildings that are older, and you come across this one big manor, and you bust all sorts of stuff on top of it. And
keeping to height, obviously, to minimize the chances of being caught on the ground at the ground level.
No, absolutely.
You realize that.
What I'm going to say for that is later on, there will be a time that you guys are interested probably in a building in 6 towers, and it may or may not have, depending on the luck roll, it's an open access from the roof. So mark that down in your minds. And go ahead. And so what you have done is on on your character sheet, the 2 flags in prowess are full, and so you will just click the little X, get rid of them all, and now you have a dot to put in anything you want to down there, and it's in rec. Perfect, because that's how you described it. You now have 3 in rec. Wonderful. Excellent. And that got you through your first one?
Yes, yeah, I was just like completely blocked, and so that was a great suggestion. And I hadn't realised, Pete, thanks for pointing that out, that there's 2, that you get 2 points. That's why I was like, I can't really see much value in it. You know, I know I maybe should have, but
No.
the fact that you get 2 points is really useful.
That's what teamwork's for. Teamwork makes the dream work. So I think the last person to have their first thing, and we're already at 9:30, is Twitch.
Yeah, so simple enough. Indulge vice for some stress relief.
I hate to tell you, when you get to Jewel Bird and Shine, it's shut.
What?
It's never been shut. And you have your suspicion that they have been over fished by Ulf Ironborn and his thugs, and have just had to shut down until something changes because they're not making any money.
Well, I mean that was the only low rent
so you may have to
of flesh in the city. Oh wait, no, hang on a second.
You probably know another. Probably know another.
Yeah, maybe 1 or 2.
Very good.
Yeah, but Twitch was a bit surprised. He'll maybe look in on Jewel later and find out what's going on. But as of now, he needs to get some stress off. So
very good.
He's going to find a
suitable
and indulge himself. So here we go.
Which one is it?
Which one?
What's the name of this place?
I don't know.
How about the Jolly Carter?
Sounds good. Yes.
And it's in we're going to say it's in Chart Hall.
Okay. Go there then. I shall be a Jolly Carter for the night.
Very good. It is much more of it's a smaller place, and you do take care of business, and well, as best as you can. It's not your place. Everything's off.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, I do have functioning vice, so I can add 2 to that.
Oh, good. So you're up to 3. How are you doing on vice?
I still need to do it again. So should we just cover off my second action now?
If you would like to, and then we can work back down through everybody else.
Yeah.
You just stick to it. Very good.
Go. Some more. Here we go. We'll go to this time. Go somewhere else.
That's a good idea.
Puck's Bowling in the night market.
Okay. What's the name of that again?
PUX.
Okay.
And BOLIN. The Harping Monkey Tavern in Night Market.
Okay. Puck's Bowling is the guy, and then it's the what in Night Market?
The Harping Monkeys
Tavern. Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
So this place is going to be about 3rd level, and many of these things go even higher. It's only about 2 or 3 blocks away from where the cult of Agaz has their lair all the way up on top of a tower. You don't recognize anyone when you slip into this place. There is loud music. Someone's doing something with lights. It's a little bit irritating. That is flashing around. But you see that there's a dance floor, and booze is flowing nicely, and it's a little too polished for your taste, but you don't care. You're here for you got business to take care of.
Okay.
Let's see this roll. Okay. With 2 up or down, I think. Is that right?
Takes me to 4, which wipes out my stress.
Very, very good. So you are stress-free, just like Mara, who did it like with 1 roll.
Probably not for long, but yeah.
No. And you took a ridiculous amount of stress doing all of the negotiation this last time around, which was pretty brutal anyway.
Yeah.
So I do feel bad for that, but you're good. Okay, so working sort of back up the list, where to? I just wrote yours on Mara's. That's ridiculous. So Mara, what do you want to do?
I would like to do a little bit of training, I think.
Brilliant.
So I am thinking about having a chat with Wrecker, because I would like to train in my prowl. And I
okay.
some good things about this parkour group that he's been mixing with.
Very interesting. Okay. So Wrecker, what do you say when she says that?
That we'll do some joint training. Is that the idea?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yep, let's do it. Are you okay with scallywags?
No problem whatsoever.
What do you want to do?
Well, as I say, I'm looking to improve my ability to jump and leap between rooftops, basically down alleys, getting away as fast and as sleek as I can. So, I'm looking to improve that a little bit.
So taking advantage of your ability to get 2 points in prowess.
Well, there is a little trip that my friends want to take me to.
Is it time for this?
Yeah.
I think it is, as much as we're at this. Okay. I love it.
Do you have a mask?
What was that?
Do you have a mask or some nasal blockage?
I definitely have a mask.
She's always got a mask. Yes, she does.
I'm not sure if it's the sort of mask that will fit in with what you're looking for. But I definitely have a mask.
Okay. So it doesn't take you too long to find the Blue Devils, as they're hanging out not incredibly far over in Crowsfoot. You've seen them roughly in this area a couple of times before. And they're excited to see Wrecker. You see this group, about 5 kids. When you say kids, they're upper teens. They should be adults, but they've decided not to be yet. And you see the skinny one with his flock of seagull haircut. He's got a toothpick that he's got clamped between his teeth, poking out. He's trying to look tough, even though he's really skinny. And his sort of quiet big boy that hangs behind him and does the heavy lifting. You see this gang, Mara, that we've described before when Wrecker's out running. The heavily pierced young lady sidles up next to you and sort of looks you up and down, trying to figure you out. What do you say?
I'm obviously wearing my mask.
Okay, that weirds them out, but they love it.
I bet it does. And look across at her and say, nice to make your acquaintance. Look her up and down. And obviously you've got my silvery liquid eyes peering through the mask. So she's going to find that extremely freaky.
Oh, which they love.
Yeah.
Freaky's great.
Not the standard view that you'll get through a mask of somebody's eyes at all. The liquid silver.
So I'm just going to lean over and say, Mara, did you notice any loud noises last night?
They all giggle when you say that. They all just giggle.
I may have had a little bit of a ruckus going on.
Yeah,
Nothing
someone
bother me too much.
let a banger off.
They all laugh again.
Uh,
They think you're the funniest thing they've ever heard. They worship Wrecker at this point. And
Right.
when you guys
So-
do pick up a crew that works for you guys, it might well be these guys. But so anyway, they say, yeah, we were thinking about it. Poop juice tonight.
Sounds good. As long as we can get a little bit of practice in.
Absolutely.
Maybe some hardcore or some prowess skills.
We're gonna go from here over the one covered bridge into Chart Hall, going across the roof of that, and then we've got to go on foot across one of the small bridges into Brightstone. Then it's back up onto the roofs. That's all right.
Sounds good.
All right. So you guys take off, and Mara, they do this thing where they sort of bounce off each side of a wall going up this narrow alleyway to get to the roof. And you watch it and you're just like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. But then they carefully show you how, and with some effort, and you do have to have more help than you would have liked in the situation, but that they're very gracious about it. You're up on the roofs and moving across, and they're jumping and they're tucking and rolling and they're doing all sorts of crazy stuff. And you're seeing Wreckers actually playing right along. And you go across a covered bridge carefully, quietly, not alerting any guards. You're into Chart Hall. You move across the rooftops of the university, and they're laughing as they go. And then you're into Brightstone, and they stop on the roof of a manor, and they say,
in the distance as they're doing this, can they hear boom, crunch, thud?
boom, crunch, thud. Oh, what's?
Because they're crossing the rooftops, and I'm.
Oh, that's right.
About a quarter mile
You were
away,
in Chart
busting
Hall.
things up.
Absolutely, you were in Chart Hall doing
tinkle.
that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! You know
So
what?
As they're moving in one direction, I'm going in the other, but I'm just busting stuff up.
Absolutely on the rooftops. I love it. You guys may well see the silhouette of one that could probably only be Brute, just busting stuff up as he's moving across towards Six Towers. But he is absolutely heads down, just tearing things off the roof. In Brightstone, they stop on the roof of a manor, and you can see that there's a set of stairs going down. They pull out the poop juice. They say, okay, it's now or never. And they said, we're going to go in and we're going to dump this into the stew, and they're never going to know what hit them. So, Felix, if you and Mara can work together to make a roll to help these kids out, your role is going to be what happens when they do it.
Okay, so how are we going to help them?
Good question. Well, you're not necessarily helping them; you're making a roll for them as they are sneaking down. If there's anything you can think of to help them, or if you want to go with them, I mean, you guys tell me.
Can we create a diversion for them so they can sneak down the stairs if we have some tinkling noises or something going on somewhere else?
Absolutely. You could actually even have something bang on the front door, Mara, if you do what you do.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very happy to have a little look around, see if I can
absolutely
find the spirit that I think I can.
You have seen now, Mara, 2 or 3 times a figure of a man looks very sour, and you've seen him near your group like 3 or 4 times now, enough that you're like, okay, this is some sort of haunting, but he is following you this night.
I am gonna turn and look for him then.
I'm going to compel that guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna compel him, and I'm gonna compel him to. He's obviously got a problem with the manor. He needs to sort something out. So maybe he should go down to the front door, and knock on the front door, and point out to them the error of their ways, and make as much noise as he can down there. Bring them down to the front door so they can speak to him.
Absolutely. And I will say that you're right on the ball. That he has some problem with this place and feels that there is something that, yeah, absolutely. Now, he has been haunting your group all over town, but you guessed correctly, probably because your spirit sense, that there is a reason that he's upset with this place or has something to deal with. You get a sensation of a man in his middle years. You get a wisp of a name. And the name is, I'll get this for you in like 2 seconds because I actually wrote it down just to be thinking about it. Bum, bum, bum. Sorry. Oh, I know what it is. It's right up here. Doorknob Bob. As funny as that sounds, that's sort of the ruffling feeling that you get against your brain that is probably the name of this, or the called term for this particular spirit when it was alive.
Okay.
And you get the feeling he was a lampblack.
But it wasn't cherry knockers.
And so he goes and bangs on the door. So we'll get an extra die, or if we're doing this through your roll, Mara, we can do it that way.
Yeah, through compel.
Very good. So Doorknob Bob is screaming and yanking on the door and, "Where's our spark? Where's our spark?" And you don't think anyone inside can hear his yells, but definitely is rattling the door. So go ahead and make your roll.
Hey, sorry.
And I think you've all guessed which house you're at.
So is this controlled?
Yes.
Excellent. And
standard.
Standard?
Yes. Actually, nope. This is risky and standard. I apologize.
Oh, risky and standard. Hang on.
Yeah, you are on Lady Rosalind Kellis's roof during one of her balls.
Are we? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is risky.
Mm-hmm.
And
standard.
Lovely. And bonus dice. I have got my mask on. Can I have a bonus dice?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
And you have the whole crew that's doing the dropping off of the poop juice into their stew for the night.
Yeah.
So they take an extra dice for the help. Okay. Let's see what happens.
Let's submit that.
I'm looking for a 3. Come on.
Okay. We've got a 4.
Oh, there's a 4. I didn't see that at first. I was all giddy. Okay. Okay. What happens is they're successful. However, the girl with all the piercings gets nabbed right as they're leaving, and is in possession of a Lady Kellis's men. May or may not squeal. We don't know. Don't know exactly. She doesn't know you guys' names or anything, but I mean, she does know Wrecker. And if she doesn't talk and poop juice works, then maybe they'll figure out that it was Wrecker. But whatever the case, go ahead and roll. You got your. I mean, you don't have to roll. You got your training done, both of you. Woohoo! 2 points.
Can we save this girl?
That's a separate adventure.
Okay.
I'm afraid. So we have, who do we have left that has not had their? So we haven't got Set It and Brute are the only two that don't have both of theirs. Is that correct? That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so Set It, let's jump to you really quickly. What's your second? Are you there?
Said it.
Rob, have we lost you?
Oh, it's moving.
Yes. Yes, you lost me around about 3 years ago. No, what's up?
What would you like
Round
for your
two?
second?
Well, I've still got stress that I feel that I'm going to need to get rid of.
Correct.
So I'm going to have to get rid of the stress. I would have liked to have trained my Prowler, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that this time around.
Fair enough.
So that's going to have to wait.
Do you make Dermot happy man? Are you going somewhere else?
Nah, it'll be quicker and easier to make Dermot a happy man.
Well, Dermot is the nicest, kindest, most deliberate of gentlemen. Tad boring, but a nice guy. And you definitely don't come away with scratches. So let's make the roll.
Excellent. What
Not
section
roll.
is he out of?
It's one dice for you.
Yeah. What section is he out of? Is he Charhallow, Crowsfoot, the Docks?
You went to the Silver Swan in Brightstone, I think.
Yeah, he was there because of a birthday party
Yes.
or something. But
A retirement party for one
what
of the guys.
district does he normally come out of?
So he normally
Lady
he
Kellis's
works
party.
Silkshore, but he also is part of the greater group that falls under Captain Marn.
Okay, because we. Okay, so Silkshore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I'll make the roll. Let's hope that I get a 5 or a 6.
How much do you have?
Fucking hell! Can I screw somebody else, please?
Wow.
Can I just keep going through all the patrons
No,
in the
you just screwed
establishment
yourself,
until I get? Sorry.
No, you just screwed yourself.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, literally.
Wow.
A, he's boring, and B, he's a lousy shag.
Yeah. Sadly, I mean, he's a really, really nice guy. Great personality.
Yeah.
So before we do anything else, we're going to jump to the Brute for his final. And then if we want to spend coin, hint, hint, set it for anything else, then we can do so. You guys have plenty.
Hint, hint. Yeah. Okay. Go on, then, Mr. Brute.
Would you like to train again, Brute, maybe? Or start a project of some sort? How about you start a long-term project of getting Pelona clean?
Yeah, okay. If you want to do that, I did have one other idea, but yeah, that's fine.
No. Tell me your other idea. I was throwing ideas because I was concerned she didn't have one.
No, I've been really thinking about it this time.
Okay, no problem.
Last time I was like, I don't know what to do, but I've been really thinking about it, and now I've forgotten what it is.
Got
Just give me a second. Sorry, I was looking at this thing, and just give me a moment. What was it I was looking at? Acquire an asset, long-term project, recover, reduce heat, train, or indulge device. It wouldn't have been indulge vice or train. It was about reducing heat. Reducing heat.
Going to reduce heat. Very, very good. And I
Okay, so no, I wasn't sure about this. Okay, so I have a long-term plan to stuff Captain Drake Marn.
Ooh.
To see him completely destroyed, right? So I've been spending I was previously spending some time outside his apartment, just watching the world go by and seeing what was happening. Just using my ear, just listening into what's going on. So I'm not sure whether this is a long-term plan or whether this is a reduction in heat, because actually blue coats are giving us some of the heat. So I'm not sure where this falls.
So let's go ahead and reduce your heat for this as you're doing this.
Yep.
But at the same time, I'll give you a little bit of knowledge as you're moving around, discrediting him, explaining to people how corrupt this guy is. People that in Brightstone probably don't know about the horrible things he's doing down in his other location.
So what I'm going to be doing is making sure that this is all about gathering some information from my folks in Char Hollow about some of the comings and goings at his apartment, putting two and two together and basically conflating this into a series of stories, then heading off into Brightstone and basically just spending some time having a few drinks in a few bars in Brightstone, a few coffees of an afternoon, or herbal teas in a tea shop here and there, and just dropping things into conversations.
Love it.
If needs be, I'll even put a white shirt on over the top of my
very good
attire.
So you basically roll an action for this, and it works like the segments of a clock. So and so you can go ahead and roll whichever what you're doing, whether it's sway, whether it's consort, whatever it is you're wanting to do.
It's going to have to be consort at this point, I think. It's just about setting up some contacts and just spreading information around.
Very good.
Yeah. I only have a 1 in that, but that's okay.
Do you have anyone with you, maybe, who is providing backup to your story? Because we do have a team. There is no I in team, and it sure makes a difference to just have one extra.
There is no I in team, but there is a me.
That is true. You don't have to have anyone with you. You can do this as
Thank you, The Office, by the way, for that particular joke.
I know.
No, that's just me. It's just seeing what happens.
Let's see. And by the way, there is no failure to this because you're getting clock pieces, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So hopefully you can do better than the stress rolls of Set It. Okay. And oh crap, I don't have it in front of me what a 3 does as far as numbers of clock pieces.
Are we talking about heat or?
We're talking about if this was a clock roll, what would a 3 give you?
For what?
For any clock. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, I don't know. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have that off the top of my head. I apologize, everybody. Clocks. Okay. So, crap. What does it say?
They on the sheet, are they?
It should be easily found in the book. I'm just not finding it immediately. I think it's like it maybe 1 through 3 is 1. But I'm trying to find it. Come on.
I'd search for clocks, but then I'm just going to find bad Coldplay songs. So.
Crap.
Yeah, I thought this was about me reducing heat. So
it is, but it's the way that it's written is you make a roll, but it works like a clock as far as the number of heat you reduce. So
right.
let me go and
trying to find it because I can't. I
Yeah,
can't.
I know. It makes me grumpy at myself that I didn't have that ready to go.
Reduce heat.
Reduce heat. There
1
we
to
go.
3 is 1.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Reducing heat. It says according to the result, 1 to 3 is 1, 4 and 5 is 2. And
There you
6
go.
is
Perfect.
critical
So
would be
you
5.
reduced heat by 1. You're down to 3, which is the lower of the levels for heat.
Yep.
So you reduced heat by 1.
Fine.
And
Yeah. True.
perfect. At this point, you have completed all that stuff. There were several things you were thinking about doing as far as in your free play and things like that. If anyone wants to spend a coin for an extra, I'll feel free to do so, but we are at 10 o'clock, and I'm ready to call it a night unless you guys want to do any extra actions.
Oh, I'd say we've call it a night there.
Very
Please.
good. Wrecker, yeah, you had your train for your second one. That's right. And that was prowess for your second one as well. So you guys, you got 4 points altogether in prowess. I wonder what you've done with all that. That's excellent. Okay. Well, very good. You finished all this. You also got a lot of interesting information. You probably need to find out when this silly nameless exhibition is happening. One of the things I was going to mention to John as some of the information that you were finding is you think Drake Martin has staked a lot of his reputation on sort of volunteering to be in charge of security for the nameless exhibition for those who are running it, and might well be ruined if something bad happened to it. So
that would be unfortunate.
Not pushing you guys any direction, but just saying that it is something that you got some interesting things that are. There's a lot of confluence going towards that, but it's not there yet. Okay. Thank you guys. Great downtime. I think we got a lot done, learned a lot, and it was some fun role playing too. So we'll catch you guys next time.
See you on the flip side.
Not all.
See you on the flip side.
Yeah.
Bye.